I grew up as a surfer on the coast, but what I really like about stand-up paddling is you don't need perfect waves. You don't really need waves at all, actually, and you can still have a good day on the water and get that same feeling that you get from surfing. My name is Will Taylor. I'm an editor with SUP magazine. Stand-up paddling started as an ocean-based sport, but it's really taken off inland on lakes and rivers over the past few years as people have realized how accessible it is out there. SUP magazine is interested in the story of the Rambos and Riviera paddle surf because they've been there from the onset of stand-up paddling in California. They've been there since the beginning, since stand-up migrated from Hawaii to California, and we're taking them away from the ocean and we're bringing them inland to do some exploration.
I was fresh out of high school, selling boards out of my car. It was like this little bubble right in Dana Point. And there was 5 guys out at Sano in the morning, and now it's exploded, and it started on the coastline on the west coast, and then it moved to the east coast, and now everything's kind of moved inland. And that's been the biggest craze right now, is lakes and rivers, and pretty much now anywhere where there's a body of water, you can get out and paddle.
It's especially nice because it's really accessible. You can just go out and paddle on a lake or a river really easily. It's much easier even than, say, a canoe or a kayak.
Driving around Arizona with the giant paddle boards on the roof of the car, we definitely got a lot of looks. And we got there in the evening and stayed the night and woke up the next morning, decided to go check out Navajo Canyon.
Aside from being on the water, I just really like being outside in new places. So just kind of being able to spend a few days outdoors is really special to me. That's kind of why I do this in the first place.
We ended up getting way back and found this pretty cool beach. I could definitely see myself getting lost out there.
Stand-up paddling gives you a unique perspective. Obviously you're standing, so you can see farther down in the water, but you can kind of see where you're going better. And it's also pretty maneuverable, so you can kind of get into tight spots and canyons. You can paddle right up to the walls. You can stop yourself really easily. You can turn around really easily. So it's really the ideal vehicle for exploring.
We found this really cool cliff jump. Me and Will jumped off of it. It was pretty awesome. It was a big kind of overhang cliff that we ended up jumping off. So right when you kind of left the cliff, the water would drop out, and it's just a really cool experience.
We just paddled straight back through the canyons for quite a ways, and as it kept getting narrow and narrow, it ended up on a little beach, and it was pretty cool for the 3 of us to explore that canyon and not really see anybody around.
The canyon gets tighter and tighter, and the water gets calmer and calmer as you enter it. So the reflections on the water make it hard to tell where the canyon wall ends and where the water begins.
It's just such a cool, tight waterway with big old cliffs, and you're kind of paddling through, and it's so surreal because there's no motor, there's no sound, so the whole time it's just nature.
For me, originally being on the water was all about chasing waves, and now that I stand up paddle, it's nice because it takes me to places that I never would have been otherwise.